Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Versus, the series where we take two players, play through a season at their current clubs, switch them over, play through a season at each other's clubs and determine who is the better player. And today it's Mo Salah versus Eden Hazard. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a look at the two players and see, get an idea of what we're working with here. Mo Salah, everybody knows, he's very, very good, isn't he, physically? Maybe not the best in the air, but good finishing, good dribbling, can play as a striker or a winger. It'll be interesting to see, well, we know roughly how Liverpool will use him, but how Real Madrid perhaps will use him when we switch them over. But yeah, a very, very good player is Mo Salah. And of course, Eden Hazard. Now, maybe a little bit forgotten at Real Madrid. He doesn't seem to have set the water light there, but still a very, very good player. A little bit like Mo Salah, very, very good physically, though does lack a little bit in jumping reach. Arguably a better dribbler, but not as good a finisher. So it may be a situation where perhaps Mo Salah will score more goals, but maybe Eden Hazard will sort of get more assists. So really, really excited to see what happens with this one. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you are subscribing and hit thumbs up if you're enjoying the video. And we'll sim ahead to the end of the 2021 season and see how they both got on. Alright, we will start with Mo Salah individually. 18 goals, he outperformed his XG. He had 9 assists, which is maybe a little bit less than you'd perhaps think. 3 penalties involved there as well. An average match rating of 7.51. Maybe again a little bit disappointing. You'd expect, well, I think you would expect better from Mo Salah, wouldn't you? Had a goal every, can't see behind my head, but a goal every 197 minutes, 88 key passes, an assist every 394 minutes. And, well, tackles don't really matter too much here, do they? Because they are attacking players. So Mo Salah, I've got to say, looking at it, I'd be a little bit disappointed by this if I was managing him over a course of a season. Let's go see how Eden Hazard got on. And, well, first thoughts here are quite good. 29 goals for Eden Hazard, 14 assists, and he outdid his XG, 3 penalties as well, so he's outperformed Mo Salah there. Average match rating of 7.77. Again, he's outperformed Mo Salah there. A goal every 148 minutes, so that's roughly the same, isn't it? An assist every 306 minutes, so that's a better than what Salah did. 107 key passes as well. So if we're looking at them individually at their current clubs, I think we've got to tick the box of Eden Hazard there, don't we? Let's go see how the clubs got on. So in the Premier League, Liverpool only managed 4th. Now, Tottenham in 2nd. Now, that's not necessarily the worst. They did get into the Champions League for next season, but it certainly leaves a lot of room for improvement, doesn't it, for when Eden Hazard joins the club. Alright, let's go check the FA Cup. Well, a trophy for Mo Salah. Liverpool won the FA Cup on penalties over Chelsea. And if we go and have a look at the final, he did play. He didn't perhaps have his best game, and he did not take a penalty. So he was involved, and that's all that matters. That's all. History books show that Liverpool won the FA Cup with Mo Salah. Let's check the Carabao Cup. So I'm not sure that we want to check the Carabao Cup. Knocked out in the 3rd round by Cheltenham. So a massive upset, but if we're looking for excuses, Mo Salah, it doesn't look like he played. It was very much, looks like the kids went out for this one. So we can excuse, I think, Salah for that performance, but it doesn't look good, does it? And if we're looking towards the Champions League, obviously Europe is where heroes are made, and knocked out in the quarterfinals they were by Barcelona. Mo Salah, we can see, played, but 3-2 on aggregate, so not the worst. But there we go, there we can see. They drew 1-1 at home, lost 2-1 away, and that was the end of their Champions League campaign. So, I don't know, if you're a Liverpool fan, I don't think, I mean, yes, you won the FA Cup, but otherwise I think you're a little bit disappointed with that season, aren't you? Let's go see how Real Madrid got on. So, the first tick in the box for Eden Hazard. Real Madrid won the league. Only lost 2 games all year. Were they against Barcelona? No, neither of them were against Barcelona. So, that's obviously a very, very good start for Hazard. Let's go see how they got on in the Copa del Rey. So, Copa del Rey beaten in the semi-finals by Barcelona. So, if you want to be very generous to Salah, you could say that, you know, they're 1 trophy each right now, even though one's the league and one's the FA Cup. This, of course, now brings us to the Champions League. How did Real Madrid get on there? And we can see out in the same stage as Liverpool in the quarterfinals. Real Madrid went out to Bayern Munich. Hazard did play in the second leg at least and played quite well, but wasn't good enough to get the... Well, look at the goalkeeper and Casemiro had a poor game, didn't they? So what do we say? I mean, you'd have to just about give it to Hazard. He was better individually. Real Madrid won the league. Liverpool won a cup, and they both went out in the same stage of the Champions League. So it's Hazard by a nose, isn't it? Let's go sim ahead. Let's switch some clubs. Sim ahead to the same season. We'll do the 2021 season again with Hazard at Liverpool, with Salah at Real Madrid. And, well, let's see how they got on there. Actually, it'd be Hazard by a big juicy backside, wouldn't it? He has, a very nice... very nice juicy rump. Alright, let's have a look and see how Hazard did here. Well, less goals, and he underperformed his XG as well. Only 16 goals, 7 assists. The 1 penalty, an average match rating of 7.58. So he just about beat Salah on the average rating. But everywhere else, you'd say that Salah did better at Liverpool. A goal every 207 minutes. An assist every 474 minutes. Less key passes. That's a disappointing season for Eden Hazard, isn't it? Let's go have a look at Salah at Real Madrid. So, 26 goals, 9 assists. He outperformed his XG, missed a penalty, but that's okay. Average match rating of 7.68. But a goal every 157 minutes, an assist every 454, 91 key passes in there. I don't think there's any doubt that Mo Salah at Real Madrid beat Hazard at Liverpool individually. And if we're looking at it over the two, I mean, they're roughly the same, aren't they? Though, arguably, Salah did better at Liverpool than what Hazard did. So, maybe Salah is just about taking the lead. We'll have to see how the clubs did individually. We'll go back and check Liverpool first. And so it is third in the league. Interestingly, Tottenham second again. Same season, sim twice, and they got second twice. But Liverpool third in the league. So they did outperform how they did with Salah, with Hazard in the lineup. Let's check the FA Cup. So FA Cup out in the fourth round to Chelsea. Now, of course, that's who Liverpool beat in the final, wasn't it, on penalties? Hazard did play in the game, didn't play particularly well, but there's no doubt beating Chelsea in the final is a lot better than losing to Chelsea in the fourth round. We'll check the Carabao Cup, but I think Salah's taken the lead. So, semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, again knocked out by Chelsea. So they did a lot better than what they did with Salah, though it doesn't look as... Oh no, Hazard came off the bench, probably for Diogo Jota, you would imagine. But they managed to lose in extra time, but they did get all the way to the semi-final. But, ultimately it's the Carabao Cup. It doesn't matter that much, does it? Let's go and check Europe. This is where heroes are made. And so again, Liverpool were out in the quarterfinals, this time to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are taunting Hazard, aren't they? Now, it doesn't look as though Hazard played. He may have been suspended for the second leg, maybe a minor knock. But, yeah, that doesn't bode well, I don't think, now for Hazard. Because if we look at Salah, one place difference in the league, third or fourth, that's essentially the same. Salah won the FA Cup. And they both got out in the same place in Europe, the quarterfinals. So I think Liverpool is a tick to Salah. Let's go check Real Madrid and how Salah got on with them. So again, Real Madrid won the league. So well done to them. Salah leading the league in scoring as well. Look at that. So that's impressive. So at Real Madrid, they both managed to win the league. Let's check the cup. And again, they both went out in the semi-finals, though this time to Sevilla. Now, that's maybe a little bit worse than going out to Barcelona. It was Barcelona, wasn't it? I can't even remember now. But anyway, so they've both got knocked out in the cup semi-final. So it's dead even at Real Madrid. It's all going to come down to Europe, isn't it? And would you believe they drew each other in the first knockout round and Liverpool prevailed? So Mo Salah was against his former team, played in the game, played well, but Eden Hazard and Liverpool knocked them out. Now, that's head-to-head. That's a tick in the box for Hazard, isn't it? So this makes it very, very interesting now. Who do we give this to? Let's look at it. Liverpool, I said, was just about for Mo Salah. Real Madrid, you've got to give it to Hazard. And the fact that Hazard's Liverpool knocked out Salah's Real Madrid, I think I've got to give the battle to Hazard. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's, again, they're always so tough to call these ones, aren't they? But I do think I'm going to give it to Hazard, and I think I'm going to do it basically based off of this. I think that a head-to-head game between the two, and the fact that Hazard came out on top, that means in my books that I'm going to give it to him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. The link to the Discord, I've added a Versus channel on there so we can discuss it on there as well. So don't link I said in the description for that. And we'll be back next time for another Versus battle. Haven't decided who it's going to be yet. There's so many options, and I love all the suggestions you guys are giving me as well. I have a list, honestly, it's like 10 notebooks long. It just keeps going and going and going. So many interesting battles that we can do. But yeah, leave me your suggestions of what you'd like to see, and I will get to them over time. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to get the Hazard. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care.